well, well. I thought you'd never show up. Of course, that's not quite true.
I had asked to come.
Oh, yes. But it wouldn't be the first time your busy schedule would cancel out a lovely family dinner. What do they have you supervising down there at the Board of Ed? Christmas party? It's October, so I guess they're starting to make the tree decorations.
I had intended to call before this.
Oh, yes. Superintended. Do you realise that you haven't been here to see us since we put Mother in her grave? Couple of lousy phone calls in 7 months, you little bitch!
Where's Anna?
She's sedated. Would you like a Manhattan?
Yes, please. She hasn't been teaching since last Thursday.
Cut the crap, Seal.
Look, I wouldn't be here now if Hamilton didn't...
Sister! That tone of voice of yours butchers me, dear. Sibling. Sweets. Your penultimate shortcoming has become the fact that you've taken so many graduate education courses, you've ended up with euphemism of the brain. Nobody does anything at that board without checking with you first. The overdressed cheater of the blackboard jungle. Forget. Nobody forgets. Every teacher in that demented little school looks at me and silently burps in my face every day of the week. Where would you be without that powerhouse of a sister of yours? Oh, the faculty have nicknamed you this year. Well, Superman, you finally transcended womanhood entirely.
Catherine! What's the matter with Anna?
Matter? Who says there's anything the matter? Just because she started crying now and then, like right in front of her classes. I don't know where you got the idea something was the matter. Maybe she just wanted a little change of routine like Mrs. Minikin at Oakwood High. Remember Mrs. Minikin? Mrs. Minikin, who leaped from the school roof and splattered herself all over the handball courts. Now that was a change of routine. Mrs. Minikin, splat. And all because of some marital difficulties, wasn't it? And she taught family living.
She hasn't been the same since Mama died, has she?
Now, Seal, we might as well be honest about this whole thing. The only thing you're disquieted about is how much nuisance Anna is going to cause you, how much trouble, how much mortification, how much money. I mean, let's face it, that's what's gotten you out of your condominium, isn't it?
only unkind remarks I've heard lately have been about you.
That's it. Well, I'm not interested. In fact, you may not even have to worry about your my nepotistically endowed assistant principalship for much longer, because I'm thinking about quitting and becoming a waitress. I could use a little honest work around here for a change.
They say you've started to drink a little.
What a preposterous and cruel disestimation. Who would heard such a thing about me? Could it be one of your friends from around here? Or maybe one of our mutual friends from before your nuptials? Was it Mr. Pollack in apartment 2C who beats his wife because she's having sex with a full brush man? Maybe it was Mrs. Pedowitz in 4C who beats her husband because he's having sex with a full brush man.
It doesn't matter who said it.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? They have one hell of a nerve.
Actually, it was someone from your own school.
Someone from that bibliophilic loony bin. Mr. Isa, the pig meat with a face like Toto, the kissless bride. Or Lipschitz, who wears the same suit for 6 months and pats around with gorgonzola of the breath. That whole pack of academically defunct, eternally matriculated and fuckingly overpaid nuts, or what do they say? Miss Reardon drinks a little. Jesus Christ.
Look, if you've already had too much, I'll come back in the morning.
No. Maybe it was Mama's death that got to Anna. Maybe it wasn't. I thought she got over that quite nicely considering. Don't you, Seal?
Was she alright on the trip?
She did fine. Just fine. Until we got to Rome, that is. She picked up this flea-bitten, ugly cat. There she was, running around the whole city, picking up cats. Line?
Black ones, green ones, yellow ones, three-legged
Black ones, green ones.
yellow ones,
Thank you. Yellow ones.
three-legged.
No, still wait for her to call line. Go on.
Black ones, yellow ones, three-legged ones, one-eyed ones. Picking up any mangy, sad-looking thing she could get her hands on. While I was trying to get picked up by some of those two-legged, smooth Italian tomcats. Oh, I'm sorry, Seal. I must sound so crude to a happily nuptialed woman like yourself. Happily married to a big, handsome man like Edward. How's Edward? Does he ask about me? must not get into that. Must not we? Anyway, so the night before we left for Naples to go to the tourist barge back, finally found the Trevi Fountain, and I was tossing my 83rd coin when Anna picked up this big white cat, torture looking thing with a face like Goya's and Sebastian.
El Griffiths.
Well, somebody's Saint Sebastian, and she picked it up, saying right into that festering little face, "Nice little pussy, pussy pussy, nice little pussy pussy." And the dear little thing responded by burying its front fangs into Anna's wrist, right down to the bone.
What the hell are you eating? Chopped meat. Raw chopped meat.
Chopped. Chopped meat, not chopped. Bloody farmer chopped meat.
Are you crazy? Oh, what on earth for?
Okay. Who wants to start? All
It's
right, go
lovely.
ahead. Okay, Seal. What worked, what didn't do?
What worked, again, I loved getting back at her.
Very good.
I tasted that and it was horrible. That worked.
Good.
I came in wanting it to work well, go okay, and then she started her shit.
I would even try to smile more at the beginning.
Yeah.
Right, you know, with families, when we tell ourselves it's going to be okay, we're not going to fight, this time it's going to work, right? I would try to really put your best foot forward until you can't.
Okay.
That'll give you more to play. But very good, go on.
What didn't work? I'm really cold and I felt myself shaking a lot. So that threw me a little bit. I didn't, the chopped meat stuff was a bit bullshit.
Right, because you can't really see it from
Yeah.
there. Right, when you have an impulse, and you did, which is to go look at it,
Yeah.
don't obligate yourself to let the line lead you. Allow the need to lead you to the words. So sometimes we think, oh, I gotta say the next thing. You have absolute freedom to,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? What the? Oh my God. Because, you know, when something is that startling, your mind can't get around it. She's eating raw, chopped meat. And remember, that's got a smell too. Oh my God. Right, don't rush it.
Yeah.
You see, the ball doesn't drop when we're not speaking. The ball drops if your inner life discontinues. So we tend to think, oh, I gotta speak all the time. No, the ball continues to be passed back and forth if your inner life is leading you over there to marvel at that. You swallowed, you forget. It was in the laugh, but you gotta get that out.
Yeah.
Right? Oh my God, you forget! Right? And that's a release of your own tension, and that will give her a reason to repeat it, because she really couldn't have heard it
Yeah.
the way it was. You cannot help sibling rivalry. El Greco. You can't help it.
Yeah. Okay.
And also, she has been getting at you. There's a rivalry in terms of who is smarter.
Yeah.
That's why she comes back with chopped, not chop,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You can't help it. Especially since she brought up Edward, and there's a history.
Yeah, I felt that too.
Yeah, no, I can feel it too.
That was good.
So the El Greco is a reflex of correcting her.
Yeah.
Can't help it. Trying to get the subject onto Anna is at least trying to get onto something that we can talk about. You keep trying to shift it. so that it's not awful.
Yeah.
Loved the way you said her name, Catherine. There was such a familiarity in that. And a history just in the way you said the name. That was really good. You are finding your strength. And I love seeing that. I really do. It's really come, I know, it's come so far since day one. What word was in day one?
So what's worked is my connection to Edwards.
Wonderful. And I agree with Mr. Costin, the Trevi fountain,
Yes.
the coin.
Yes.
Yes.
Her.
The need to because what that coin means to throw them, why I do it so many times.
Right.
Um,
Very good. Wow.
yeah, connection to the Italian men.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yes. You're really struggling to find a source there. You located one. It's very good. Go on.
Knowing who she is for me and what she could take away from me.
From you. Right.
What isn't working is, there was a bullshitty moment with the ice and I was looking at it, I think I kind of misplaced where I was, yeah.
You can't tell that.
No.
Because you use the drink, even the afterthought with the drink of looking, thinking, should I pour some more? Was within circumstance.
Yeah, I think it was a really quick like, oh, I just gotta get...
We don't see a disconnect unless you stay that way. Remember, you're not robots, right? So you can't get 100%. If you can keep your balance of thinking within given circumstance and not on how to do the scene well, that's gold. But don't think that momentary awareness is in any way disqualifying or even reads out here. It's only when somebody stays adjacent that we see that.
Right. I think my throat still works, there's more to it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so that it can be done with ease.
Yeah.
And also, I think my colleague would agree, you want to get to the point where you could do 8 shows a week
Of course.
and
Yeah.
not hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's a very demanding vocal piece.
Yeah.
Because when do you get better language,
Yeah.
right? It's brilliant language.
Yeah.
What was wonderful is you were vulnerable to her when she criticized you about school
Okay.
and what people are saying about you. You navigated that just beautifully. Edward, great. When she corrects you, you gotta hate that.
Yeah. Cool.
It's coming from her. You understand?
Yeah.
The two of you are able to take notes from us because we have this trust relationship. But imagine somebody you can't stand giving you a note. Do you understand? If you've really ever gotten really unhelpful notes from someone. Right. That's the sibling rivalry.
Okay.
So, I got asked in LA a few weeks ago at a Monday night audit, do you ever allow class critique? God, no. First of all, if you have a friend in class that you want to go out for coffee with and ask their opinion, that's on you, that's up to you. But as teachers, we know what we want you to work on at that moment. We don't give every note we could possibly give. We give you a few things so that you can do that and then add to the next and add to the next. Can you imagine the divergent opinion and then go tell me by committee? Oh my God. And that's what makes actors not want to get out of bed. We never give every note, but we give a few notes that hopefully you take that and then it flips everything else. It gives you the chance to grow. We're not ever directing. We're giving you some key things that may unlock other things. And then the achievements, which you've already both been discovering, are yours, not the teacher's. We can help you, but it's to free you. And that's what is truly empowering in the end, right? Because you both know what you did to connect. Knowing what coins in the Trevi Fountain means, that's the homework. Now that makes me proud that you've been through the program, Tosh. Because that's the homework that the actors forget to do. They read it and go, oh, I can act that intelligently. I can pretty much figure out by context what that might mean. But that's different than being specific. We don't respond emotionally to generality, only to specifics.
Yeah.
And as you supply the specifics, it takes care of itself. So that's why we saw Rome, because you saw Rome. If there's no film in the projector, we don't see the movie, right? That's your job. So that was beautifully done. But to be corrected by her, so when you say someone's Saint Sebastian, because she's corrected you, but you can't give it over to say, okay, El Greco.
Too proud.
Mm-hmm. Coming from her.
Yes.
If someone else, you'd probably be fine with that. Oh, forgot, El Greco, sorry. But it's from her. That's why when you have a chance in a moment and she says, chop meat, in great writing, there's not a wasted word. Nothing is there by accident. Nothing is a throwaway. And that's why you've got to honor the memorization of what's written. Too many in the workshop are paraphrasing. And the writer has written something better than what you are saying. And you are changing the meaning sometimes of what's intended. The two of you have very good memorization of this. And it's a bear. But I'm saying that because that's why we're so strict about word-for-word memorization. Imagine paraphrasing Shakespeare. But it's as ridiculous as that. Great writers. Think if you've ever written an important letter to someone. You agonized over those words because you wanted to say it so precisely. You wanted to say it, right? So, word-for-word memorization is so important because nothing is wasted. The chopped and the chopped is a chance then to correct her.
Yeah.
You were much better at not getting too drunk. Because you've got a lot more drinking to do in this piece. And you'd be on your ass. Right? Because you have to be able to allow this to travel.
Yeah.
You're not at each other every second.
Yeah.
When you start telling her about the trip, think of how much you are carrying of the responsibility with Anna. So there's part of that's going to feel good to say, oh my God, what she started with the cats. And you handle all that. You've been handling everything. And that's a lot. What do you want from her?
To love me,
Yes, in general.
in general. To,
If you had a free wish, what could she say or do that would give you what you want? Let me amplify to help your thinking. Okay. When we are fighting with somebody that we have a real relationship with, including family, we're struggling to find a part of them we know is in there.
I want her to deal with me.
Help you. To truly emotionally support you.
Yeah.
Not to cosmetically support you. There's a part in her, remember you grew up together. That, with siblings, is shared experience, shared history. There's a part of her in there that is good. Does that make sense? And if she would just drop the act and say, I messed up. I should have been here for you. I can't imagine what you're going through. And there's a part of her that is rational in there, under all the craziness. There's a part of her that you could work together if she would stop being so insulting and rude and drunk. Maybe we could figure the situation with Anna out. You do want to solve it. But you question that motivation, right? So there's a part of the other you are trying to reach. So that not everything between you is bad.
Great.
That's going to allow this to travel so that it's not constant. It flares, and then we talk. And then it flares again.
Sure.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Very good. Let's do it again.
Well, well, well. Thought you'd never show up. Of course, that's not quite true.
I had asked to come.
Oh, sure. But it wouldn't be the first time your busy schedule would cancel out a lovely family dinner. What do they have you supervising down there at the Board of Ed? Christmas party. It's October, so I guess they're starting to make the tree decorations.
I had intended to call before this.
Yes, superintendent. Do you realise you haven't been here to see us since we put Mother in her grave? A couple of lousy phone calls in 7 months, you little bitch.
Where's Anna?
She's sedated. Do you want a Manhattan?
Yes, please. She hasn't been teaching since last Thursday.
Oh, cut the crap, Seal.
Look, I wouldn't be here now if Hamilton didn't call.
Sister! That tone of voice of yours, it butchers me, dear.
He suggested.
Sibling. Sweets. Your penultimate shortcoming has become the fact that you've taken so many graduate education courses. You've ended up with euphemism of the brain. Nobody does anything at that board without checking with you first, the overdressed sheena of the blackboard jungle.
Jesus Christ, you forget.
Forget? Nobody forgets. Every teacher in that demented little school looks at me and silently burps in my face every day of the week. Where would you be without that powerhouse of a sister of yours? You know what the faculty have nicknamed you this shit? Well, it's Superman. You finally transcended womanhood entirely.
Catherine! What's the matter with Anna?
Tasha? Who says there's anything the matter? Just because she started crying now and then, like right in front of her classes. I don't know where you got the idea. Something was the matter. Maybe she just wanted a little change of routine like Mrs. Minnikin at Oakwood High. Remember Mrs. Minnikin? Mrs. Minnikin. Leaped off the school roof and splattered herself all over the handball courts. Now that was a change of routine. Mrs. Minnikin. Splat. No, because of some marital difficulties, wasn't it? And she taught family living. Might as well be honest about this whole thing. The only thing you're disquieted about is how much nuisance Anna's going to cause you, how much trouble, how much mortification, how much money. I mean, let's face it, that's what's gotten you out of your condominium, isn't it?
Actually, Catherine, the only unkind remarks I've heard lately have been about you.
Is that so? I'm not interested. In fact, you may not even have to worry about my nepotistically endowed assistant principalship for much longer, because I'm thinking about quitting and becoming a waitress. I could use a little honest work around here.
They say you started to drink a little.
What a cruel and preposterous disestimation. Who would do such a thing about me? Could it be one of your friends from around here? One of our mutual friends before your nuptials? Was it Mr. Polak in apartment 2C who beats his wife because she's having sex with a full of brush man? Or maybe it was Mrs. Bedowicks in 4C who beats her husband because he's having sex with a full of brush man?
It doesn't matter who said it.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? They have one hell of a nerve.
Actually, it was someone from your own school.
Someone from that bibliophilic loony bin. Who? Miss Dreiser, the pygmies, with a face like Toto, the kissless bride. Or Lipschitz, who wears the same suit for 6 months and puts around with Gorgonzola of the breath. That whole pack of academically defunct, eternally matriculated and fuckingly overpaid nuts, and what do they say? Miss Reardon drinks a little. Jesus Christ.
Look, if you've already had too much, I'll come back and...
No. Maybe it was Mama's death that got her. Maybe it wasn't. I thought she got over that quite nicely, considering. Don't you still?
Was she alright on the trip?
She did fine. Just fine. Until we got to Rome, that is. And then she picked up this flea-bitten ugly cat. There she was, running around the whole city picking up cats. Black ones, green ones, yellow ones, three-legged ones, one-eyed ones. Picking up any mangy, sad-looking thing she could get her hands on. While I was trying to get picked up by some of those smooth, two-legged Italian tomcats.
Sorry, Teal.
I must sound so crude to a happily married woman like yourself, happily nuptialed to a big, handsome man like Edward. How's Edward? Does he ask about me? Mustn't go into that, must not we? Yeah. Anyway, so the night before we left for Naples for the tourist barge back, I finally found the Trevi fountain, and I was tossing my 83rd coin when Anna found this huge white cat. Torture looking thing. And she picked it up and said, right into that hairy festoon face, nice little pussy. Pussykin, nice little pussy. And the dear little thing responded by burying its front fangs into Anna's wrist, right down to the bone. What?
What the hell are you eating? Chopped meat. Raw chopped meat.
Chopped meat. Any farmer's chopped meat.
Are you crazy? What on that for?
Oh, we skipped over
I know.
that.
I know. I'd blow out.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay, you got so many other notes. Yeah.
All right, tons of good work. What I gave you without spelling it out, and you immediately adjusted to it, is when there's tension in a relationship, which is pretty much going to be in every scene you ever do, look for where there isn't tension. That's what makes the relationship important. Because when push comes to shove, you are sisters. Lots of water under the bridge between the two of you. But sometime you both know what Mama's death meant. You both know Anna's struggles. You did help them get jobs. And then there's all the other problem. So you start to find where you actually talk to each other. And then it flares all over again. But it's not that every second. That was very good. The memories, I gave you the note the first time, and I haven't given it again, and you just solved it. When you contacted each of the people that you're talking about, this one in 4C, that one at work, you didn't rush over it.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
That was good. They were much clearer. You came in trying to smile. What was great is you couldn't. You were trying to make the mouth muscles do it. But that was real. You couldn't. Because you're walking into hell. And you've not ever been able to get successful enough to outrun your family. And this brings you right back to it. But you do care about Anna. You do care about her. It's all in the mix. Really wonderful work, you two. Wonderful partnering. And it's such an example of why we don't pre-shape. But you see all the new things that happened. They're still in the same relationship with the same history. But moment to moment, new things happen. Not because you're planning new things, because you're newly alive. And that makes acting a ball. The other way of working is paint by numbers. And there's no fun in that. So many new things discovered. this last time with the meat. You see, when you didn't rush to let the line lead you, but to really let the need to investigate, and you smelled it, you looked at it, you took it in, and then you really earned the, are you crazy?
Yeah,
What is,
that's so much better.
yeah. Because you disobligated yourself,
Yeah.
and then it becomes human.
I'd love to see the two of you do the play.
Well done.
So
Thank you.
fun.